Hey, what's going on, trader gang? It is Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm popping on a little bit late here. I apologize. But we're back at it at another Sunday for our Sunday breakdown on gold and US 30. So I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Um, Again, like I always like to do, let me make sure everything is good on my end. Just give me a second. Hope everybody's doing good. If you guys have seen the market that's opened already, gold is going crazy right now, or was going crazy earlier. So we'll take a look at both gold and US 30. So again, let me make sure we got everything. Make sure everything's good there. Make sure I'm streaming properly. All right, looks like we're good. All right, perfect. So again, hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Want to make sure. Okay, we are good. So again, if you guys have any comments, definitely put something down in the chat if you need to. I'll go ahead and answer that for you. Anything trading wise, any questions on my analysis here tonight. But other than that, let's get into it. So let me pull up Forex Factory so we can look at our news. So let me make sure I share my screen. All right. All right, let's look at Forex Factory. All right, looks like we're good. Let me see if it helps if I kind of remove myself. Let's see, come down here. No, I don't want that. Yeah, this is good. Actually, I can remove myself. Yep, there I am. All right, and then now let's take a look at gold. So if you see here, I am actually currently in a position on gold right now. As we see, it's actually moving in the opposite direction. So, I'm just going to let it ride. So we'll see if we do have a little bit of a retracement back down, or unless it's going to just continue up. So, but again, I don't want to remove everything that I have here like I usually do. I will change the color scheme so that it's light. So, but I will go ahead and remove what I have here. So I will remove this. I'll remove that. I'll remove these areas. These were just previous previous zones that I had here, because we will start from scratch. So we're going to mark up our areas. All right, and get rid of that. That was a psychological level. This was a psychological level. That was a trend line. What was that? Huh, that's weird. I don't know what that is. That's kind of weird. Okay. But here we are. Move that. Did I remove my? Oh no, I still have it. Okay. So this is my current trade right now. As we see, it's starting to go up a little bit. But again, we are going to start on the weekly like we always do, just to see the trend. So, and then we're gonna refinish this. So we're gonna redo this for the day. So let me move this really quick. There we go. I'll move this to this corner. Actually, that's probably better, so you guys can see everything a little bit better. I'm gonna see how I'd like it, because I don't want to be too much in the way. Okay. All right. So, so let's find the trend. So as we can see, the overall trend lately has been bullish. Sorry, bearish. Excuse me. It wasn't till all of October we were bullish, and then we actually have been bearish lately. So until we get up past here, until we get past this marker, we are still considered bearish in my mind. So granted, yes, we do have this pin bar right here. So this doji, which could be a possible reversal. So because we see here that the candle is getting thinner, so this wick right here is getting longer and it's going up. So that could possibly mean that we could have a reversal to the upside. So, but we just have to see. So again, I'm going to still say that we are bearish on the weekly. So let's mark this bearish. So that's our current trend. We are still bearish until a candle breaks this high right here, this candle. Until we do that, we're still bearish. All right, so let's go down to the daily. And again, we see here on the daily, again, we are still bearish. So I can take a trend line here to right here. So until we break through this, so here I'll do a trend line right here. So until we break this area right here, sorry, I'm trying to make this like perfect. All right, so until we break this high right here, we are still bearish. So with that being said, this could pull up a little bit, and then we end up pulling down because it's already tapped into this area right here. So if we see here, it's actually tapped into this previous support area. So with that said, it could be respecting this support area and continue back up. So, but if it does break this support area, then we're going to look to target these lows right here. So here, here, and here. So we could go down as low as 1811. So, but like I said, if it does respect this support area here, we could push back up again into 1960, and then of course 1992, those previous highs. So, but again, for the daily, we are still bearish. All right. So on the daily here, this is where we actually mark up our key levels, so our supply and demand. So we are going to do just that. All right, so we're going to get out our rectangle here, and we're going to mark up our key areas where the market has touched multiple times before. So again, we see right here exactly where we are. So right where we are currently, this is exactly where it's touched prior. So I typically like to go to the body. So of course you can move all the way up to the wick if you want. So, but you can see all this right here. So, and then again, we want to mark up, this is our current support level. So we want to mark up another previous support as well. So that would be this area right here. So, because if it does break this area again, then we could be looking to tap into this area right here, into 1880. So that's where we could possibly be tapping into. All right, and then of course our high, if it does respect it, we could end up tapping back into these highs right here. So again, with that said, we're going to target this high right here. So, because that was the highest point. So if we actually drag it up, you can see it's tapped into this area before. So, but this was all the way back in March. So I'm just going to keep it right here. So those are kind of our areas right here. I can do one more support area. If it does happen to fall into that area, this can be our major support, overall support. So here we go. We got 4 levels. Okay. So with that said, there are also psychological levels. within that as well. So we'll go ahead and mark that up as well. So typically, again, like I've said before on these, typically psychological levels typically start with dot 25, dot 50, or 100. So for instance, one key level here would be grab your horizontal line. So like for here, you always want to look to the left a little bit and see where it's tapped in the most. So here I would say like right in the middle. So I'm going to make this black. So as I'm looking here, see it's tapped into like 1955. And it's hit right here. So you know what? I would probably keep that. So, but I would do 200500. So that would be my area right here. All right, so let's make this black. There we go. All right, so another psychological level would be right here, since again, it's tapped into this area multiple times. So again, I would go more on the lower end here. I would say more right here. So again, this is gonna be 1939, 894. So I would literally just round this up. So 1940. All right, so our other psychological level. Another one right here. So I would do closer to the body of that candle. So 1889, 321. So I'll round it up to 1890. All right, 1890. And then last one right here. Let's say right about there. I'll go a little bit higher. Sorry, let me grab this. I'll go a little bit higher. So 1819, 081. So I would do 1820. And just do 00. All right, so there you have it. We got our psychological levels. We'll go down to the 4 hour here just to see. So there you go. As you can see currently, let me remove this. There you go. So you can see this is starting to get really long. So a lot of times when we see that, we could see a potential reversal. So if I go down on the lower time frame, we can see we can see here that it's still holding, but it could be slowly reversing as we go down on the lower time frames. So as we see here, see we had a huge push down, and now it's retracing back up. So again, lower time frame. on the 5 minute. So as you can see here, it's starting to slowly go up. So it could retrace down. But again, we will have to see. Usually also what indicates that it could reverse is this doji right here. So this candle. So a lot of times it could be a continuation in that direction, but it could also be a reversal. It just depends. So as of right now, as we can see, we're starting to make a way up. So this trade that I'm currently in could possibly go against me, and I could get stopped out. But I have a very low risk. I'm not risking a lot. I'm literally risking 0.01 on this particular trade. So because if you guys don't know, I have a small account right now, which I got it from $15 to $61 in a week. So I'm trying to get that up to $75 to $100 this week. So again, I might take a small loss here, but that's okay. You have to stick to your trade and have faith in it and just kind of let it ride. If you do see that it's like really you're almost hitting your stop loss, then then you can possibly get out if you so choose. But a lot of times once you place your trade, just let it ride. Just trust your analysis, all that good stuff. So that is it for gold, guys. Again, we could see a reversal, like I said. So again, in these key areas, so of course we found our trend. So, but again, coming down on the daily, we see this long wick right here. We call this a pin bar. So typically when we see this long wick, it means it's basically exhausted all the cells in that direction. So it's going to continue to reverse up and come back into this area. So, and we can see that it's done that before. So previously it's came into this range, and for the last week or so, it's been in this range. So if it respects this area, then it's going to continue to pull up. If it doesn't, then it's going to pull back down into this range here and target these lows. So that's what we're looking for. So we have to first see again if it breaks this area right here. So it has to break this area for us to get a confirmation that we're going to continue in this range and continue upwards. If not, then again, if it breaks this support area, we're going to continue to look for sells. So that is it for gold. All right. So now we are going to go to a US 30. So let me pull that up. All right, US 30. All right, so we got US 30 up. So for this one, I can clear. So let's remove all drawings. Okay, so this is where we're at with that. Let me remove this guy. All right, so again, we start on the weekly. So actually, you know what? Better yet, I forgot one thing on gold. I forgot to do our other confirmation. So sorry about that. Let me go back to gold really quick. Okay, back on gold. I forgot to mark up this one. So what was the 4 hour looking like? So the 4 hour, excuse me. So the 4 hour here, again, is still bullish. Because again, until it breaks this trend line here, we are still, I said bullish, excuse me, we are still bearish. So we are still bearish. So let's mark that up really quick. Sorry, the 4 hour is bearish. So take a quick look at this, guys. So we are bearish on all three time frames. So weekly bearish, daily is bearish, 4 hours bearish. So that is a strong confirmation that we could continue to the downside, but this can change very quickly on the higher time frame, on the weekly or the daily, if we break this trend line. So if we do that, we could definitely look for buys this week. So, but until that happens, we are still bearish. So I just wanted to make that clear and reiterate that. So, all right. So pay attention to that. Again, we're looking for this candle to break this support level. If it does that, then we could again look for it to take out these lows in this area right here in this range. So in this range. So if it doesn't, if it respects this support level, then we are going to more than likely break through this area right here and this high, and we will look for buys this week. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let me bring US 30 again. Cool. Sorry about that, guys. All right. All right, here we are. US 30. So this week, it looks like we had some bullish movement. So this is November 6th. So yeah, so actually we did. So we actually continued a bullish movement. So this was all last week right here. And this is where we are starting right now. So, but nonetheless, let's see. Yeah, so since it broke this area right here, since we broke this high, since we broke that high right there, we are considered bullish right now. So we were bearish, but since we had the last 2 weeks, we had this huge engulfing candle here. So this is an engulfing candle right here, this green candle. So in all last week, we continued. We had a slight pullback, and then we actually pulled back up past this area, and we actually closed right here around 34,090. So, and it looks as of right now, we're actually getting a pull back. So we could have a slight pullback and then continue back up. So, but let's see what we see on the daily and the 4 hour. So, but as of right now, I'm going to say we are still bullish. So I don't know if I had, okay. So yeah, I will do a box right here. So I'm going to say weekly, it's bullish. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, weekly is bullish. All right, so we kind of found our trend. So we see here also, like we have been seeing a push up. So another indication that we can see here is even back in March, we had a push up, a slight pullback, push up, a slight pullback, push up, slight pullback, push up, a big pullback all the way back to this area, which is actually it actually reached before previously, and we had a huge push up, and then we could have a slight pullback here and then push back up. So we will see, but for right now the weekly is bullish. So now let's go down to the daily. All right, so this is our daily. So we can see here, even on the daily, that we actually pushed into this area. So let's see. So last week was right here. So yeah, so we had a slight pullback, push up, pull back, and then push back up, and then a slight pullback. So the way this is looking right now is since we had a pullback and then we pushed all the way back here and then closed right here, we could have a slight pullback again as long as it respects this area right here, and then we have a pull back up to the upside. So again, as of right now, I am going to say again, we are bullish here. So this is not ideal for trend line. Trend lines are usually 45-degree angle. So more like this, or yeah, more like that. So, but nonetheless, on the daily, as long as it doesn't go below this candle and break this area right here, then we can definitely look for continued buys moving up, as long as it respects this area. So, but again, this is the area where we do our supply and demand and our markups. So we're going to mark up our key areas. So again, do this really quick. So daily is bullish also. All right. All right, so first we're going to mark up our key areas here. So again, we're going to break out our rectangle. So let's see. So I'm going to mark up this area right here because I do see that it has touched here more than once before. So this is going to be our support level here. Our current support level is actually right here, so or up here. So, but that's going to be one of our support areas, and then we have another area right here. So I like this area right here because it has touched this area multiple times as well. And then, of course, we have our major supports here. So I'll kind of mark that area. So, because it could come all the way down here. And then, of course, we want to mark up our resistance area as well. So this is a key resistance area here because it's hit multiple times. So again, if we do see a push up, it's definitely going to push up into this area because this is already a zone. So because again, we've seen that this the market has tapped into this area multiple times and it's never broken it. So I'm going to kind of go to right here. There we go. So check this out. So we've literally come up here. This was back in May. So we came up into this area, pulled back, respected it, came back up, and then didn't break through, pulled back, and then broke through this area. So this was our resistance, and then it turned into our support. So we pulled up into this area, had a pullback, pulled back up, pulled back down again, respected the support level, came back into here, broke through this resistance level, and this is now support. So of course we bounced around in this area for quite a while, for probably July and August. Then August 16th, we had a pull back into this area. And then we had a pull back into that same zone, but we never broke through it again. So we pulled back, came back to that same resistance area, which became support, pulled back down all the way to 32,942 into this zone right here. Then we ended up pulling up. We broke through this area, but then we came right back down and surpassed our previous support. And then literally this whole or all of October, we pulled up into this previous zone and now we're back into this zone here. So it could very likely be that we either pull back into this support level again and respect it and then continue back up, or we break through it again. But based off of this and the higher time frame, I foresee us to continue up into this, and we're going to push up into this resistance area up here. So that's just my thought, especially this week. Like I said, we might have a slight pullback right now, but again, I think it won't break through, and we will continue up into these areas right here, these highs. So that's just what I see. Let's mark up some psychological levels very quick. So for this area, I am going to say 33,738. So I'll do 33,740. 33. All right. Maybe too many zeros. All right, 33,740. Next one here would be, I like that. So 32,9. So I'd say for this, I do 65. 32965. Zero. All right, and then this one right here. This one I'd like to say 31,843, 31,845. So they're usually in fives. So 45, 50, 0. And in this last one right here, I would say, yep, 34,953. So I do 55. Three, 4, 9, 5, 5. All right, so there we go. There's our psychological levels. Again, daily is bullish. Go down to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, we're definitely consolidated right now. But again, as you see here, we came up, we had a slight pullback, came up, slight pullback, came up, pullback, up, pullback, came back up, pullback, came back up. So, I think it's going to go up. So, kind of show you guys pathwise. Again, we've had a pattern. So, check this out. So, boom. So, higher low, lower high, higher low. I'm sorry, this is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is what I think, higher low. Then we're gonna have a higher high, maybe a lower low, higher high again. So if I move over a little bit, so we could possibly target right here. That's what I kind of foresee. So see that? So this area right here. So this could be a key area right here. So if we saw this it looks kind of choppy, but if we see this, it came up, or it came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. So if you see here though, one candle was higher than the other. So let me break this trend line here so you can see this. There. So when we came down here, we pulled above this previous candle. Then we had a huge pull down. So, or sorry, yeah, we came up, we had a slight pull down, and it's still in this area here. But I foresee us to pull back up to this area above this high, and then so on and so forth. Have a slight pullback and then come all the way back up. And then, like I said, we're going to target these highs right here and right here also. So these highs. So, and this is actually where our current resistance is. So if you see this, this is where I see we're going to hit right here, this area. And then possibly in here. Then of course, this would be that would be our biggest resistance right there. Our highest resistance level. So, but then also here, we saw our 4 hour is still bullish. Even with that slight pullback. So again, we have still 3 time frames that are the same. So typically when I see this as another added confluence, is at least 2 of the higher time frames are the same direction, bullish or bearish. A lot of times that gives me added confluence of where the market's going to go. So especially here, we can see we actually had kind of a W right here. So I forgot what candle pattern that is, but usually when we see that, there's a huge breakout. So a reversal to the upside. So because I don't want to say that's a double top, because it has to be like more identical. So like this would be more of a double top, or this would be a double top, something like that, or this is a double top. So something like that. So, or actually, this is actually something like a 3 soldiers or something like that, 3 white soldiers. But nonetheless, this is kind of where I see us, guys. So I personally believe we're going to have a small pullback. So here you see this. So we're going to have a small pullback and come back up, break this high right here, have another small pullback, and then back up into this area right here. So 34722.2. That could possibly be where we actually hit for the week. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit into the 34955 area unless we have a lot of news affects it or the market just pushes it up. So, but that's kind of where I see US 30. Other than that, that's all I got for tonight's market breakdown. I appreciate you guys as always. If you guys can do me a huge favor, like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube here. I do these every Sunday. I've been so busy with just my overall work. I'm a fitness manager now with the gym. So it takes up a lot of my time, but I do want to provide some more videos for you guys. Definitely put a comment in there of what videos you'd like to see from me. And I would definitely get that out to you. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great trading week. And let's kill these markets. Peace.